Hello, good evening, and welcome, and a happy Boxing Day to all you boxing fans. Welcome back to Andy's Cavern on what is Boxing Day. Hope you're all doing well, guys. Hope Santa's been good to you. You're enjoying the festivities. I'm just having a wee chill out in my cavern here with a wee vodka. Good health to you all for 2026. I was just sitting here having a think about the highlights of the past 12 months. So I thought I'd jot down a few notes and just have a look back. And this is my favourite times of the year, or favourite boxing moments of the year, you might say. I think the best fight I saw, or best boxing match I saw, was probably the rematch between Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev. I was favouring Beterbiev, I think, just slightly going into it. I can't remember, excuse me please, my prediction at the time. It might have been, I think I might have said something like Beterbiev either on points or by late stoppage, but Dmitry Bivol was to put on a boxing masterclass. It was what you might say the creme de la creme of boxing. If you're a fan of the sweet science, it's an absolutely incredible fight, I thought. The first fight was an incredible fight, which Beterbiev won by majority decision, and in the rematch it was Bivol's turn to win by majority decision. So two excellent fights, but I've got to say that was my personal favourite boxing match of the year. The best fight, I mean, you could have said, was maybe Joshua Buatsi and Callum Smith, which I think was on the same card. And I think it was 22nd of February, I think it was, quite early on in the year. That was a good show, that, actually. There was lots of good fights on that out in Riyadh. And I mean, who's my favourite fighters of the year? You've probably got to, I've got to say, probably Terence Crawford and Alexander Usyk have been my two favourites. And I was lucky enough to have legendary boxing, inspirational boxing guru Frank Golfeather on my channel just a few weeks ago there, a couple of weeks back. Frank had the pleasure of actually spending time with both Terence Crawford and Alexander Usyk, so that gave us an insight into what they guys are like. And I think my suspicions that they're the top guys. They're actually genuinely really nice guys and just exemplary role models. So I rate that highly as a, what would you say, a value that they have as sports superstars, you might say. I mean, Frank said Terence Crawford, he was just travelling himself, had no airs or graces about him. He was carrying his own bag, no entourage or nothing, just himself, and he was telling Frank how he was going to beat Saul Canelo Alvarez, which I had as soon as I heard the fight was announced, I favoured Terence Crawford. The guy is just an unbelievable ring technician, and he did what he said he was going to do, didn't he? What a display of boxing skill he put on. That was a boxing masterclass from Terence Crawford, that fight. Absolutely excellent. And Alexander Usyk, I mean, both these guys only fought once through the year. Alexander Usyk, he had his 5-round destruction of Daniel Dubois in a rematch, which I think was a bit needle on him. Usyk, he just went out there and put on a display of ruthless power and how to take care of an opponent in a rematch who has disrespected you might say. So, and the disrespect Usyk was receiving from not only Dubois but from his team, Don Charles and his son. I thought that was sweet for Usyk, that. Frank also got to spend time with Usyk. He was telling me him and his son, there was nobody else, just him and his son and son Paul, and Usyk's entourage has spent a day with him. So I mean, that's just the Sail Ice for making memories. So they've had the opportunity this year to make some fantastic memories, which I'm chuffed for them. It's absolutely brilliant. Another favourite fighter of mine is probably Naoya Inoue, who's fighting tomorrow, believe it or not. So that'll be his 4th fight this year. He's the undisputed super bantamweight champion. I mean, he's fought in January. He fought Jae Jun Kim, and he fought in March against, no, it was March, it was May against, was it Cardenas? And he's Akhmediev, or whatever his name was. Difficult for me to pronounce that. That was in September, and now he's fighting David Picasso and tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. That might turn out to be the fight of the year, eh? You don't know. I'll maybe do a wee preview on that tomorrow. Shakur Stevenson, also a fantastic boxer, who I think he fought twice this year, didn't he? Now, his first fight he had this year in that was in February as well. That card in February, 22nd of February, against Josh Padley. I've got to say, Josh Padley came in at late notice, didn't he? And he was obviously way below Stevenson's skill levels. But what guts he showed! I would say that for me, that's the gutsiest performance of a fighter this year for me. Well done, Josh Padley. And then who else did Stevenson fight? He fought William Zepeda Segura, which I think he won at points, didn't he? Padley stopped in 9 rounds. He just kept getting up. Right? Stevenson was shaking his head. He couldn't believe the guts of Padley just to keep coming. He's not the biggest puncher, Stevenson, but he's one of the best boxers, I would say. So yeah, the best fighter, did I say that already? Joshua Buatsi and Callum Smith. I thought that was the same night as well, but not as technical as Better Be Evan Bibble, but a fantastic fight. Probably the fight of the night, you could have said. Other good fights of the year. Some people I think were annoying Simon Jordan by saying, because he was dissing Eubank Jr. and Ben, wasn't he, the first fight, which turned out to be an alright fight, but not great skill level, but it was maybe a better fight than people thought it might be. But considering Usyk was Eubank Jr. was weight drained, and as we saw the result of that in the rematch, I would say the rematch, that was the biggest disappointment. 2 biggest disappointments for me was Eubank Jr. the condition he was in that rematch, and the other biggest disappointment for me was Martin Piccoli for just a lack of discipline. The man's letting himself down. He's got loads of skill, but can he get his weight down, or can he keep it down, or whatever? I don't know, but he's wasting his career, I would say. Wasted talent, which I've said years back. Tyson Fury, I think, I regarded him as wasted talent. He spent a lot of his time, I don't know, ballooning up in weight between fights and all that. It's no good. It just makes for a short career. Before you know it, your reflexes have slowed down, etc, etc. And it's like, can't beat Father Time. So, and a lot of fighters waste careers stagnating, messing about between fights, delaying fights for whatever reason, and before they know it, they've grown old, haven't they? So, yeah. Biggest farce of the year? It's got to be Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua. That should never have been sanctioned. It wouldn't have been sanctioned in this country, I don't believe, but 33 million people tuned in, didn't they? So, do people like watching farces? I don't know. No idea. But I did watch it, but it was the next day. I didn't stay up to watch it, or get up to watch it. It kind of went as I expected. It wasn't far off from my prediction for that one. But on the flip side, I would say it's the best TV production for a boxing event. I thought the way the production went was fantastic. You know, just all the interviews, just the whole thing, just the whole production looked really top class to me, but farce. So what else have we got? Retirals, well, we've got Josh Taylor retired. I went to see his last fight in Glasgow. Unfortunately didn't go his way against Eko Ezeman. There's a few other good fights that night. I got a chance to see Moses Atumo, so that was a wee highlight for me. See him in the flesh fighting Mike Bologin, which he took care of in 2 rounds, but got the chance to witness his fluid movement round the ring. I think he's the real deal, but time will tell. Let's wait and see what 2026 brings for Moses Atumo. He's got Jermaine Franklin next, doesn't he? So I think he'll beat him, but it might take him. I think he'll take him to the halfway point at least, probably 6 rounds or so. We'll wait and see. Predictions to come. Highlights for me. Cavern highlights is probably my collaborations. Not only the pleasure of interviewing Frank Goldfeather, which was good for me and the channel. Also, my good pals Jerry from Ireland and Jamie from Salford making repeated appearances. We always have a good laugh with them, and it's if you're feeling a bit down or a wee bit low, it's certainly a good pickup having a crack with them boys when they come on. And Jerry and I did a Halloween special as well, which was a lot of fun. We'll say that. So good stuff, Jerry and Jamie, and of course Frank. So thoroughly enjoyed that. Absolutely brilliant. All of them. And what else have we got? I think that's me covered just about all my highlights, I think. So let's see what 2026 brings. I might do a top 10 heavyweights over the next few days, and see how that compares to last year. They're still talking about Joshua Fury. Will it happen? Who knows? I don't really care what happens. I will watch it if it does happen, but to be honest with you, I've said this before, I don't really care what happens. Usyk's talking about fighting Wilder. I can see why he's doing it. It's just a box ticking exercise, another name on the list. But when you hear Wilder speaking, he doesn't sound punch drunk or anything, but he's talking a good fight. But from what I've seen, he looks shot the last few fights. So I think that third fight with Fury took something out of him and Fury. They both left something in the ring that night. So anyway, we'll wait and see going forward. But Usyk is still the man as far as I'm concerned at heavyweight. Fabio Wardley, he had a good year. He's now got a WBO title. How long will he have that? Who's he going to fight next? We'll wait and see. Lots more to come. So anyway, I hope all you guys are enjoying the festivities and are a bit merry, but not too merry maybe, if you say. Enjoying the fine dining and fine drink over the festivities, and I'll try and get some more content out the next couple of days. Tomorrow is my day 12 and my cold water dipping, so 12 days of Christmas challenge with my pals Neil and Sarah. So I might just keep doing that actually, because it is quite addictive and it's supposed to have many health benefits. So there we are. It's also been good to see family over the festivities. Good to get a catch up with them. Though the way time goes, time passes too quick. So life's for making memories. So make the most of your time with your family and friends. Spend time with those that count. So okay. On that thought, I shall leave you to enjoy the rest of your evening. So till the next time, it's good night from me and good night to you. Bye.